Hi everyone, thanks for being watching this YouTube video. Today I will read an horror story that I recovered from Relatos de la Noche. Okay, the title of this story is Fear of Clowns and I will start with this. In the 90s, in what is now Mexico City, were very fashionable clowns in the form of puppets. Their body was made of cloth, their limbs and their face was plastic, had a big nose, and a rather ugly smile. It really was a very gloomy puppet, and as it was fashionable, only children from less humble families had it. For my bad luck, that year my grandmother seeing that my uncle wanted a toy, saved some money, and on his on his birthday, next to the small cake, was that ugly puppet. As expected, my uncle, who didn't exceed 10 years, was very happy with the puppet, and was always taking it with himself. He painted his shoes in colors, and it was his greatest treasure. I never liked it because always seemed to see you, and his macabre smile seemed being directed towards you. Weeks passed, and I still remember that rainy week. I was preparing myself to have breakfast. The adults were talking, but the strange thing was the sound that came from the garden. Like a good gossip girl, I peeked out, and I was surprised to see that clown, almost unrecognizable, lying on the mat. Had been Erwick, and next to him was my uncle digging a hole to bury him. Adults called me to sit at the table, and in the talk I understood everything. The previous morning, adults were woken up because of a scream. They quickly realized that it was my little uncle. They turned to his place of the bed, and it was empty. They took a second to realize that the scream came from under the bed. They crouched down and took him out of there. He was inconsolable. It should be noted that he is not sleepwalking and was too far in the center of the bed to only have fallen. They also took their clown out of there, and he began to shout. As they called him down. As my little uncle could, he mentioned that he woke up and he was looking for the clown under the blankets. Then he heard a voice and then a blow under the bed by inertia. He picked it up under the bed and saw that clown was sitting, looking towards him. He says that the puppet reached him and started pulling him. My little uncle was screaming while watching my other uncles wake up, but he kept being pulled by that thing toward the wall. He couldn't fall asleep until he saw some scissors and cut it. That's why the next morning the clown was being buried. After 4 to 6 years, they relocated our land about 100 meters. Our house had to be destroyed that same day. It was not much a problem because it was only bricks and sheets. The neighbors helped us and my family carried the furniture to our new house. To me, they entrusted the bags. I started carrying them, but one bag in particular caused me intrigue. I continued walking, but I couldn't bear to take it. I sat between the rubble to open it. It seemed that it had 20 nuts. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't open it. My sister approached and broke it, and we would saw that my uncle's enemy was sneaking in. There was the same clown with that horrible smile and painted shoes. But it was a new without scissor marks. We ran with my grandmother and she, very surprised, asked us to throw it away. We threw it among the rubble and kept it secret. At night, we returned to see our house. The bag with the clown was no longer there. We think it had been taken by the neighbors. My grandmother says that if the neighbors had asked about the bag, she could have warned that if it was not a good object, but since they stole it, there was no way to put them on notice. Our new house had sad and tragic experiences, and I finished removing skepticism to make me and my whole family, and it has been 5 years that things ended. There is no danger, or at least you can sleep. I hope when the fear is completely dispelled to tell you what happened to me there. Well, thank you. That will be all for this video. What do you think about this horror story from Relatos de la Noche, The Fear of Clowns? So, thank you guys.